Game of Thrones was the only show who was brutal to its fans. And no, I'm not even talking about the ending. I'm talking about the plot armor, or rather the complete lack of it. Most of the GOT fans don't even notice this at first because the show does not announces it. You just assume characters are safe until they are not. And once that illusion breaks, it never comes back. That feeling of losing someone you genuinely connected with. It shook you, it rewires you how you watch television. And if you've been chasing that feeling ever since without rewatching Game of Thrones, then you might be in luck because it Welcome to Derry is very clearly trying to walk that same dangerous line. I mean, what the hell did they cook with that pilot episode? When I finished the first episode, my brain immediately went into denial mode. I told myself, okay, it is messing with those kids. It's a vision, a trick, a classic Pennywise mind game because that's what the movies trained us to expect. Yeah. And then begins the second episode and I'm like, whoa, that kids are actually dead. Like dead. Because a few minutes ago, I genuinely thought this was going to be the gang, the core group, the safest character of this show. And the show just erased them. That's the moment you realize this isn't a regular show. This isn't one of those get attached, don't worry, they'll survive kind of a story. And from that point on, every emotional connection becomes risky because deep down you know if you like someone, there's a good chance that they are not making it out. And it also happens. Take Rich for example. Man, Rich, sweet, funny, cute, a boy in love. I really liked him. And the way he died, poetic. I mean, dying protecting the person he loves. And I don't know about you, but the only line that kept echoing in my head was, things we do for love. Only he saved someone's life. Another thing that I genuinely like about this show is that it did not make everything about Pennywise, unlike the movies. And look, I like it movies and the part where you get explanation about it, but the horror, let's be real, once you grow up and watch enough horror, the scares stop working. You start predicting the jump scare and instead of being pulled into the scene, you are just waiting for it to end. I mean, the mystery fades. The movies are mostly about Pennywise playing with his prey, dragging out the fear, breaking them down, and then consuming them. And that really works for a 2-hour movie. But stretched across a series, I don't know, man. And thankfully, Welcome to Derry understands that. There is so much story here. Pennywise is used sparingly, not too much, not too little, just enough to remind you he's there. He's not overexposed, he's hovering in the background, looming, watching and waiting. And because of that restraint, the show does not rely on cheap scares. It pulls you in, keeps you uneasy, and makes the consequences feel heavier, even if you are not scared in the traditional way. And by the time the show ends, it already planting seeds for what's coming next. And honestly, that's where things get really interesting. The ending hints we might go backward into its earlier cycle, before Margie, maybe to her parents or her grandparents, or maybe we go forward past the second movie, because when the show says that moment is either its death or birth, that line sticks. It makes you wonder, does the story even have an end, or is Derry trapped in an endless loop of fear, loss and rebirth? And that question alone has been sitting with me long after the credits rolled. And honestly, that's the best kind of horror.